Energy Airforce aimStrike Let's Play Update 7. Let's go back a bit. Energy Airforce keeps statistics for all sorts of things, like the time you've spent in each plane, the kills, the weapon use. But I am here to show you the bingo card. This reference shows us the general campaign structure and the missions we've cleared so far. As you see, there are 26 missions in total, but to see the ending we need to do only 13, so today we're rolling over the halfway point. I'll see what we can do about the other 13 once we're done with this little war. Right, it's time to hit some bombers.
Let's go over the details of your mission. We've picked up a large radar return from an enemy formation northwest of Sithar. We believe they're planning on hitting Sithar. Gargoyle and Unicorn, take off immediately and intercept the incoming force. Don't let anything through. Make their bombers your primary target. Your launch time is 0930 hours. That's all, and good hunting.
Have you noticed that all of our selectable planes are parked on the same airbase? You can see the lot of them behind the F-15. As for the star of today's show, the model looks pretty good, but there's a catch. We have to use the older Sidewinders and the older AMRAAMs. And there is another thing. The other 3 hardpoints can be only used for fuel tanks. You don't get any air-to-ground weapons, so it's best not to pick this bird for any attack missions.
Runway 27, check altimeter, hold short of runway. Gargoyle, clear to taxi.
Now we'll see the obligatory Unicorn flight taking off in front of us and go looking for the rest of our flight. Can anyone see them? Yes, they are at the other end of the runway. It's like the game wants to piss you off with taxiing. Macron in the thread provided a correction for the previous mission. The A-10A can't use bombs with inertial and GPS guidance, not because it has no radar, but because it can't transfer its own coordinates to the bomb. Yes, I forgot that those bombs technically can be used with preloaded target data received from some other source, but it's the inability to give them the starting coordinates that really makes them unusable on the A-10A. I'll do anything to make it go faster. Their landing gear does not render from here, by the way.
Unicorn flight, we show you at waypoint 1. Start with that.
So, are there any typos in this cockpit? This game does have a few here and there, not full-blown English, but simple typos. Just wait till we get to our takeoff position in an hour or so and be cleared by a guy named Operator. Two minutes taxiing. I'm feeling pumped for action now. Is the wing clear of the sign? Yes, it is. Gargoyle flight, you could have woken me up sooner.
Tower Gargoyle 1 and 2 for takeoff. Gargoyle, cleared for Sierra Hotel departure. Climb and maintain Angel 3. Switch departure 297.6. Gargoyle, clear for takeoff.
This plane is still damn powerful. This is an F-15C, I believe, because an F-15A is ancient by this point, and the cockpit looks different to the one we had in SF2. There's a green triangle on our HUD's altitude ladder. It shows me I need to keep going higher. But not too high. Anyway, there aren't that many differences between the F-15A and C because the Eagle is perfect. We simply get more fuel and a much better radar here.
Gargoyle flight, we show you at waypoint 1. Target is 300.
Copy on the course adjustment, Starburst.
The intakes do move on this game's model too. If only half as many games had fishbeds with moving nose cones as well, but no one wants to put too much detail on targets.
Man, the scenery just doesn't change up here. I copy that, Unicorn. This is worse than driving through Ohio. Watch it, Gargoyle. My mother lives in Ohio.
I remind you, this game was never released in North America. Anyway, I'm somewhat surprised the enemy planes in aimStrike are so poorly detailed, because you see, in the first game, you could have had your wingman fly a fishbed, or a Fulcrum, or a Phantom, or a Mirage 3 or a Tomcat, or...
Unicorn flight, we show you at waypoint 2.
Unicorn flight is on station now.
Gargoyle flight, we show you at waypoint 2.
Roger.
Target is at bearing 345.
You copy the position, Starburst.
Chaff, flare. Chaff, flare. Chaff, flare.
Each mission in Energy Airforce offered you to pick one of the 3 predefined planes for your wingman. It was never one of the planes you could fly, and you could never alter the wingman's loadout, and you didn't even know what his plane carried. You only got the basic rating for air-to-air and air-to-ground performance.
Gargoyle flight, master arm is on. Roger that, Gargoyle flight. Starboard, Unicorn 1. What's the picture?
Stand by, Unicorn 1, analyzing the latest now.
It's unusually quiet today. Previously we'd be running into the enemy flight right about now. Oh yeah, I climbed a bit too high, but that's not a problem. In fact, in the 4th scenario, you'll want to be as high as possible at all times. Maybe the enemy didn't get the memo they're supposed to attack us today. This is really suspicious. Also, I find the lack of a clearly visible fuel gauge in an F-15 disturbing. The physical one is still there in the bottom right corner of the instrument panel. Note that the radar actually follows a pattern when it sweeps and changes the elevation angle as indicated on the left of the display. They've put so much detail into this bird and it's completely useless in half of the game's missions.
Gargoyle flight, we show you at waypoint 3.
Okay, this is different. The timer actually started before we even ran into the enemy. I guess this time we can search for them ourselves.
Gargoyle, new contact, single group. Fulcrums, hostile. Gargoyle 1, that's not your assigned target. Check your waypoints and destination.
Copy that. I'm fenced in. Let's watch each other's back. Gargoyle 1, no joy on target.
What target? I told you to cover me. Fine.
Lock.
These fulcrums look tempting, but they are indeed not our assigned target. Wasting missiles on them means we won't have the ordnance for the actual objective. Let's evade and wait a bit more. I'm waiting.
Lock.
Gargoyle, new contact. Single group. Bearing 330. 25 miles. 23,000. Blackjack. Hostile.
Starboard, roger that.
Gargoyle, yet another contact. Single group. Blackjack. Hostile.
Gargoyle 1, that's our target. Leave them to us. Starboard, contact. Single big group. Clear.
Unicorn 1, Starburst. Your group ref BRAA 135 for 19, 10,000. Blackjack. Hostile.
Unicorn 3, take them up from there. Keep your speed up. These things are huge, but they're also very fast. Go high, Unicorn 2. 3 and I will take low. Gargoyle to starboard. We have cleared the target.
We monitor clear skies on our end. Good work, Gargoyle Flight.
Weapons take, Unicorn 3.
Lock.
This plane is fucking perfect. Right, let's see what's left over for our sidewinders.
Lock.
A fulcrum. I want one for my collection. I can't switch to the nearest target for some reason. What? Will one missile be enough today? That was nice. Gargoyle 2 is still hanging behind me doing nothing, by the way. Where is that last plane? Above? Below? I can't even ask anyone for contact details.
Lock.
Got you. Oh, it's a bomber, and it's huge. Could be a good gun target.
Bogies are down, starboard. Scratch one bomb plate.
Our scopes are clear, Unicorn Flight. Stay on station and wait for further instructions.
Copy, starboard.
Great, this mission gave us 6 minutes to kill, but the timer actually ran with the action, not after it.